Welcome to this week's edition of the BoyleSports Betzone with me, Nigel Seeley. No Premier League football this weekend, but a massive weekend of FA Cup action with the fifth round games and 5 matches on TV for us to look ahead to. I'm delighted to say, coming back for his second appearance in the Betzone is former West Ham and QPR coach, Mr. Wally Downes. How are you, sir?
Good night, yourself?
Very good, mate. Very good, very good. I'm still on fire, mate. I can't. 3-1 last night in Man United against Burnley. Danny Ings scoring any time. 1-0 Chelsea. I'm on absolute fire. Look, new jumper.
You must have been out to spend it all last night, didn't you?
I'm going to get a new jumper next week. Anyway, enough of this sartorial elegance that Wally brings into the studio here. We're going to look at the FA Cup games. We're going to start off with a game at 12:45. A tricky one to call. Two sides, I think, have got a chance of winning the FA Cup this year. It's West Brom against West Ham at the Hawthorns, 12:45, live on BT Sport. Wally, the boys at BoyleSports make West Brom slight favourites for this one. Do you agree with that?
Probably, purely because it's at home and they had a good result in the week. But I just think that West Ham will be comfortable going up there, getting them back to Upton Park. I'm not sure if their goalie's he's banned from that game, is he? Mm. So, they have a new keeper in. They'll be a little bit protective of him. I think Sam will be looking at this thinking, West Ham are safe and it'll be a priority. He'll have his strong side out. West Brom still down there a little bit, so he may be looking to leave a couple in or to leave a couple out just to re-strengthen. But I can't see West Ham losing this, so I'm plumping for a draw there. The draw is 19-10, and if you look at the prices, sorry, 23-10. If you look at the odds here, 4 of the last 5 matches between these sides, both teams have failed to score. 6 draws in the last 8 games for West Ham. They did win though 2-1 early in the season, but this is a different West Brom side of the Pewters, isn't it? Yeah, it is. They're set up not to lose to start with. So, both teams starting off, obviously, at 0-0. The longer it goes, the more they'll both settle for that, I think. Tony might push on in the last 10 minutes and try and win it, but they'll be set up not to lose. West Ham, no great punction to go, no great reason to really push on and try and win the game in the first half hour. So, I can see the longer it goes, the happier West Ham are getting them back and then giving it the full gun when they get home.
The Hammers only won 2 games away in their last 8 matches. That was against West Brom and Bristol City. West Brom in the league.
I think the way the results have been, Sam will have his eye on this now because he's taken some stick last couple of years for not really focusing on the cup games, getting West Ham safe, getting the points right and putting weakened teams out. He's seen there's a few clubs gone out of this now and he'll have his eye on this. So West Ham, not only to win this game, maybe the draw, but win it eventually, but could be dark horses to win the FA Cup in May. But we're going to go for the draw here on the Bet Zone, which is the biggest price of the 3, which I always think is great value at 23-10. There's no double bubble this week with BoyleSports because it's the FA Cup and not the Premier League. But remember, you have to use BoyleSports Mobile this weekend and you'll get your money back if one leg of your 5-fold accumulator or above lets you down on all markets on all the games. That's the money back offer this week with BoyleSports. Okay, 5:30 p.m. on Saturday, Crystal Palace, another manager doing very well, Alan Pardew. They host Liverpool at Stamford Bridge at Selhurst Park. This game though, always goals when these two matches, always lots of goals. You look at the matches, always goals. I mean, when I was at Palace, we had some great games against Liverpool. We got tonked a couple of times by them up there, but also, we got them back to Selhurst and beat them a couple of times as well. So Palace fans have got strong memories, and they've always got a great noise level there, so the place will be buzzing. But I just think that Palace, although they'll be pushing to win it, Liverpool again will be strong and they'll be keeping the ball, and I can see the draw here as well. There's no rush for Liverpool to go and win this. Again, they'll have their eyes on the prize. Palace still flirting with relegation. I think Liverpool to go through after getting them back to Anfield. I think this is a draw as well.
Another draw, 12-5 again, another decent price. And last weekend, on the 5 live games, there was 4 draws in the Premier League last week. So the draw is not a bad bet here. If you look at the statistics, Silly, Liverpool haven't won at Palace since 1997. Amazing that.
It is, yeah. Well, you've
seen the mace. You look the mace.
As long as you get grounds like that. The Palace fans have got strong memories of it, and it interjects into the players as the ones coming through. Come on, we always do well against these. They can't beat us, and that does flow.
They won 3-1 early this season. Famously, last season was a 3-3 draw. Palace have won 5 of their last 6 matches at home to Liverpool, but I fancy goals. This game has a history of producing goals. Liverpool are in form though. They've only lost once in the last 19 matches, and Daniel Sturridge may be back, which I think means goals in this game.
And Balotelli back and scoring in the week as well. The firepower's there, but Liverpool, They're not really adventurous at the moment. They maybe now they've got their players back, but they play a lot of possession football and they wait for opportunities to open. They won't be flooding at Aston Villa. At Crystal Palace. And I think the way that they sort of struggled against Wimbledon previously, in this, they're a possession side, but they don't look really to push on and score lots of goals when they do score. So if it's 0-0, Brennan will be happy and he won't be changing it. They'll be looking to control the game and not lose the game.
Draw is Wally's selection here at 12-5. I fancy both teams to score, which is a great price for me at 3-4, and I'll have a special enhanced treble that BoyleSports has given us on that one a bit later on in the show. Okay, 12:30 Sunday. Now, if you've got Sunday, what are you going to do Sunday afternoon? Wash the car, take the missus out, go down to IKEA, or sit in and watch Aston Villa v Leicester. I think I'm going to be washing the car.
Well, I think this might be a little bit of a change for Villa because, Paul, it was Paul Lambert, everyone said he was gloomy, but when you see the job description he was given, wholesale clear out, turn the club round, cut the wage bill, stay in the Premier League, it's going to be the toughest job you've ever had. From day one, he's going to be a miserable sod. So Aston Villa may be a place of a smile on its face this week, and I think Aston Villa are a good bet here.
Aston Villa, 7-5 to win this game. Obviously, Nigel Pearson was sacked last week, then reinstated. Had a bit of a touchline little battle with one of the players. What do you make of all that?
He's a strange guy, Nigel. His sense of humour isn't everyone. So he's one of those people who sort of puts his foot in it if he thinks he's saying something funny, and often it isn't. And sometimes when he isn't saying something funny, it comes across as very funny. So he sometimes should just watch himself a little bit when he's in front of the cameras.
2-1 this game was early in the season to Aston Villa. 3 matches previous, both teams have failed to score, and it just looks at this game, I just can't see goals. 9 of the last 12 Villa matches have been under 2.5 goals. 8 of the last 10 Villa matches have seen both teams failing to score. Where are the goals going to come from?
Well, I think they'll come from Villa. I think the place will, you often get a place lifted when a manager goes and a new one comes in. As yet, there's no new one come in. I think the whole demeanour of the place will change, for this one game. It's not a relegation battle, clearly. It's just a cup game. And I think that the place will be so buzzing and happy and looking to go forward. I think that will carry them through. I think there'll be a little bit of a sea change there. And, players that haven't performed may feel a little bit of pressure off, and I think they'll perform this week.
So Wally is going for the home win at 7-5. I like under 2.5 goals at 8-11, which is the second part of my 5-1 treble, which could be the final part in the last match we're going to talk about. Okay, Sunday 4 o'clock, Arsenal at home to Middlesbrough. BT Sport 4-9 Arsenal to win this game, 6-1 for Middlesbrough, 130 of a draw. Are we going to get a shock here?
Well, there's not been one so far in the games that in my predictions, and there was 3 or 4 in the last round. So if there's going to be one, this is the one, and I think that they're a very good price at 6-1 Middlesbrough. I saw them at Brentford last week. Brentford were very good, could have taken the league on a couple of occasions, but when Middlesbrough got their chance and they got the penalty and scored, they looked like a side that knew that they were going to win that game, and they were confident in the way they were playing. They'll go to the Arsenal. I don't think they'll be overawed, and I think at 6-1 they're a great bet.
They did beat Manchester City in the last round of this cup competition. They've won their last 6 matches and they're unbeaten in 10. The only problem taking the 6-1 is that their priority is going to be on winning the championship.
Yeah, that could be the only downfall there. But not having seen the team, just looking at the prices here, for a team that are going as well as they are, to go to Arsenal and be confident of putting in a performance, I think they're a good bet at 6-1.
6-1.
Listen, Arsenal are strong as you like at home, and I like the Arsenal, but I'm just attracted to the price here.
It's 6-1 for the shock for Wally for Middlesbrough here. Arsenal obviously going to have a wholesale changes, I would presume, in this game. But they didn't play very well in midweek against Leicester, and they were beat by Tottenham, obviously famously last week. So it could be a time to capitalise on Arsenal there and get with Middlesbrough at 6-1. Okay, the final match. This is where I think there's a shock. Preston, they're at home to Manchester United. Now, Manchester United have only lost once in their last 18 games, but nobody can have them on their mind.
No, not can I. I think Man United, if you're a big player and you're having a lot of money on, I think Man United's a great bet at 9-4 on.
You really?
Yeah, I really do, yeah. They're not playing well, but they're winning. And, they've only got to have 3 or 4 of those players who aren't playing well turn it on, and I think Leicester could get a good eye now.
Well, Preston are 6-1 to win this game, 4-9 for Manchester United, 130 for the draw. 5 of the last 8 games for Preston have seen both teams scoring. The last time these two met was back in 1972, even though it's a long time to join the side. But Preston have one eye on promotion as well. That's another little thing here. But they're playing well though, Preston.
They'll have both eyes on this fixture. It's it's not very far from Preston and Man United. They'll have lots of mates who support both teams, and the fans will be really up for this game. And you can't put a weakened side out against Man United at this stage. I think both sides will be at their strongest, and I think any 11 players that Man United put out can't be looked upon as a weakened team against Preston. So I think it'll be a comfortable win for Man United.
So a difference of opinion finally. Wally's going for Manchester United to win comfortably. I like the double chance where you get Preston and the draw. Obviously, Man United failed to beat Cambridge. They've got to do a replay on that. I think they might get a draw here. And I think Preston, who have only lost once in their last 8 games, are in a bit of form. And I think Man United are there for the taking. I like both teams to score here, though, at 20-23. And that is my treble this week, which is 5 to 1, which is available now on the BoyleSports website. Both teams to score in Crystal Palace v Liverpool. Both teams to score in Preston v Man United. And under 2.5 goals in Aston Villa v Leicester. And that pays an industry best 5 to 1 now on the BoyleSports website. Wally, what's your nap this week?
Well, my bet would be the first 2 games to be draws. That's the bet I would have. But looking at value, I'd definitely like the 6 to 1 for Middlesbrough. So for my bet, I would be having the draw the first 2 games, but I certainly wouldn't be letting the 6 to 1 bypass me about Middlesbrough.
So some very tasty prices from Wally Downes this week. The draw in the Brom West Ham game, the draw in the Crystal Palace Liverpool, and 6 to 1 Middlesbrough to pull off the shock of the round and beat Arsenal. See you all next week when the Premier League returns. Hopefully Wally will too.